Okay, so today guys, I'm going to show you how to create a film look really simply with 5 simple nodes with the Dehancer plugin. So firstly, straight away, go to your settings in DaVinci, go to color management and make sure your color science, timeline color space and output color space matches mine. This just basically means we have a wider color space to work in when we're grading. Go straight to the color tab. If you have a camera, just search up online if your camera can shoot log and then make sure you're shooting in log. It just means you have more space to work with when you're color grading in post. Right, firstly create a new node and then add a color space transform. Then create another node and leave that there for the moment. In this color space transform, in the input color space, I shot on a Panasonic S52X, so I know my input color space is Panasonic V Gamma, Panasonic V Log. If you don't know what your input color space and input gamma is, just Google it online for whatever log format you shot in. Output color space is DaVinci Y Gamma, DaVinci Intermediate. We just want to be working in a really large color space so we can get the most out of our grades. Don't worry about these second parts. This is for another video. I'm not going to go into it today. Copy and paste it into the other node, then press swap and change your output color space to Rec 709 and then Rec 709. This is our display color space. So this is what you see on YouTube, Instagram, etc. And as you can see now, our footage looks completely normal. Then create a new node, go to gamma and change it to linear and label the node white balance. Make sure to label all your nodes, just make things easier. Then go to your gain in your primaries color wheel and then you can mess around. And basically what this is doing is changing your white balance. So you can mess around with your tint and your color temperature. I'm just gonna push it a little bit more warm, but you can go for whatever sort of look you want. Then create another node and label this exposure plus contrast. Go straight to your HDR wheels, click on the 3 dots here, change color space to DaVinci Y Gamma, change gamma to DaVinci Intermediate, and then only affect the exposure in your global wheel. I'm just going to bring this up by about 1/3 of a stop. This is basically just photometric exposure. It's exposing as if you were exposing on shoot in camera. So it's a really great way to recover exposure. Obviously, if you've crushed your blacks or lost highlight information like with clipping, it won't save that, but it can save quite a lot. Then go to your primaries color wheels and change your pivot to 0.336. This is middle gray. This means that your contrast is now affecting your whites and blacks evenly. I'm just going to push this a little bit. And there we go, we're done. Add another node and search up Dehancer. So Dehancer is a really great film emulation plugin. I would highly recommend getting it. I'll put my promo code up on screen now and a link in the description if you're interested. I'm going to go through now exactly how to use Dehancer. So first, straight away, go all the way to the bottom, disable all tools, then go back up to the top, change the source to the color space you're working in. We're working in wide gamma intermediate. Then go to film. Here you have like plenty of film stocks to choose between. I'm going to choose my personal favorite, which is Fujicolor Pro 400H, but you also have like Kodak film looks, Kodak Vision 3, which is super popular, etc. There's tons to mess around with here. I'm just going to enable that. And then you can mess around with your EV, just push and pull it to get a look that you kind of like. Then go to your film developer, enable it, boost your color. This is just basically your saturation. I'm just going to boost it a little bit. Film compression, enable that. That just compresses your whites. So your super high highlights. Expand, I'm not really going to mess around with that today, but you can mess around with your black point and your white points. I'm going to keep that off for now. Film print, so you've got 3 popular film prints here. Kodak 2383 is super famous, you might have heard of it before. I'm going to use Fujifilm, but you can also add Cineon film log, which just means you can add any of the LUTs that are built into DaVinci as your film print. I'm just going to use Fujifilm today. Press enable. Analog range limiter lifts your blacks. I'm not going to lift them, but if you like the lifted blacks look, you can add that. Then you have your color head, so you can mess around with, let me click enable. You can mess around with your yellows and blues, your magentas and greens, your cyans and reds. I'm going to keep them off for the moment and only mess around with my shadows and midtones and my highlights. So you can get some really cool split toning going, like bringing my shadows cooler, warming up my midtones, warming up my highlights really easily with nothing crazy, just with some sliding tools. Then you can mess around with film grain, so many presets to choose from. My personal favorite is 16mm ISO 50, and I'm going to also enable halation and bloom. You've got film damage, which is just like jitters, like dust, etc. Let me put this on 8mm and zoom in so you can see. So you can see like little bits of artifacts popping up on the screen. I'm personally not going to use that for this, but it's a super stylistic effect. Film breath and gate weave is what happens when you play film through a projector. I'm personally not going to use them today, but they're super cool effects. Definitely mess around with them. Overscan is super cool. I've used this for a couple of videos before. Just get these cool, like sort of overlays that you can use. This one is very, very cool. Big fan of that. Not going to use that for this right now though. And then you can also mess around with vignette. And yeah, you can now see with 5 nodes, this is the before and this is the after. Technically only 3 nodes we've actually used apart from the color space transforms. Big change, big change. Dehancer is super useful, definitely worth looking into. I'll show you a couple other clips I've created as well with this node tree. So you can see that's the difference. Got this lovely shot by the beach here. And this was shot with a Osmo Pocket 4. So this is with DJI log. So you know, it's not just, you don't just need a big camera, you can be using anything. And you can see huge change to that as well. If you're a newer filmmaker, I would definitely recommend getting Dehancer. I mean, I still use it to this day. It's super useful. If you want to support the channel, you can also use my promo code to get 10% off, which I'll pop up on screen now. There will also be a link in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. Drop in the comments if you want a way more in-depth tutorial. I can drop a lot more source. These are just some basic concepts I've introduced you guys to today. You can see you can get a really, really crazy look with this. So I hope this has helped, and peace.